Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P16E8-00 indicates a communication error within the Linear Communication Network, LIN, related to the shutter grille in the Honda CR-V 2023 model onwards. This error occurs when the powertrain control module, PCM, is unable to receive necessary signals from the shutter grille via the LIN. The shutter grille plays a crucial role in optimizing airflow for engine cooling and fuel efficiency. If the shutter grille is not functioning correctly, it can lead to performance issues. The components involved in this error primarily include the shutter grille, the PCM, the DC-DC converter, and the 12-volt battery sensor. The shutter grille's location is often at the front of the vehicle, while the PCM is usually found in the cabin, hidden under the dashboard. Understanding these locations and components will help pinpoint the issue effectively. The P16E8-00 code signifies a communication error between the shutter grille and the PCM via the LIN system. The LIN, or Local Interconnect Network, is essential for low-speed communication between various electronic components in the vehicle, including the shutter grille and the PCM. When the PCM fails to receive signals from the shutter grille, it recognizes this as an abnormal condition and stores the error code. The shutter grille is responsible for controlling airflow to the engine, impacting both performance and emissions. Its operational integrity is paramount, and if any part of the communication circuit fails, it can trigger this DTC. The position of the PCM, typically under the dashboard, complicates accessibility for visual inspections. Several potential causes can lead to the P16E8-00 DTC to trigger. A faulty shutter grille may prevent it from sending correct signals to the PCM. Wiring issues within the LIN communication network are also a common culprit, which may include pinched wires or poor connections. Additionally, if the PCM itself is faulty, it may not process incoming signals as expected, leading to a communication error. Another factor to consider is the 12-volt battery sensor, which also interacts with the LIN. Any failure in this sensor can disrupt communication further, thereby causing the DTC. Each component must be thoroughly inspected to determine the root cause accurately. Symptoms associated with the P16E8-00 code can vary, but common indicators include illumination of the check engine light, CEL, which serves as a warning of the engine management system. Reduced vehicle performance may also occur, as the improper functioning of the shutter grille leads to suboptimal airflow, thereby affecting engine efficiency. Drivers may notice a sudden decrease in power when accelerating, particularly at higher speeds. Some vehicles may also display diagnostic messages specific to the shutter grille operation on the dashboard, alerting the driver to a malfunction. Recognizing these symptoms early is essential to maintaining vehicle performance and avoiding further damage. The first step in troubleshooting the P16E8-00 code involves checking for another DTC, specifically P16E2-00. This code is related and might indicate another underlying issue. If P16E2-00 is present, it signifies a separate malfunction that must be addressed before moving on. In that case, the technician should follow the procedures outlined for P16E2-00. If P16E2-00 is not present, this could suggest that the issue is isolated to the shutter grille communication. Further diagnosis should be carried out based on the inspection outline provided in the service manual, and careful attention should be given to component functionality and circuit integrity. The second step calls for inspecting the external circuit associated with the shutter grille and the LIN communication. This involves checking the wiring for the BFR fog circuit, ensuring there are no faults or interruptions. The GND or ground connection must also be inspected, as poor grounding can lead to communication failures between components. Open or shorted wires can cause significant issues within the LIN, leading to the DTC being triggered. Attention to detail is crucial during this inspection, as resolving wiring issues can often rectify the DTC without needing further components. This preliminary work can prevent unnecessary component replacement and save time in the repair process. The next step in troubleshooting is to inspect the shutter grille itself, as it is directly involved in the communication for airflow optimization. Any failure in its mechanism can lead to a DTC. While direct testing may not be possible, performing a visual inspection for any physical damage or obstructions is crucial. Additionally, testing the electrical connections leading to the grille can unearth faults. Any abnormalities noted during the check warrant further circuit inspection to ensure signals are being correctly transmitted to the PCM. This step is important, as confirming the grille's operational integrity directly impacts the resolution of the DTC. In this step, the examination of the PCM becomes critical, especially if previous inspections have yielded normal results for other components. The PCM must be checked for short circuits, as any internal faults can disrupt its ability to communicate effectively with the shutter grille. Additionally, analyzing the communication signals can help ascertain whether they are being properly received and processed by the PCM. If the PCM exhibits abnormal behaviors, such as failing to interpret signals, it may be the primary reason for the DTC. This comprehensive investigation ensures that all angles have been covered before proceeding to component replacement or reprogramming of the PCM. Final repair verification is crucial to ensure that the DTC P16E8-00 has been fully resolved. This process begins by clearing all stored DTCs from the vehicle system, including the P16E8-00. Once the DTCs are cleared, a test drive should be performed to allow the PCM to run through its diagnostic checks and reevaluate the status of the shutter grille communication. During this drive, technicians should monitor the vehicle's performance closely for any signs of recurrent issues. If any DTCs appear again, additional diagnosis will be necessary to address outstanding problems. If not, the issue may have been successfully resolved. Ensuring that everything functions correctly after repairs is centrally significant for customer satisfaction and vehicle reliability. Preventive maintenance is essential to mitigate future occurrences of DTC P16E8-00. Regular inspections should be carried out to ensure all electrical connections and components associated with the shutter grille and the PCM are in good condition. It is advisable to check wiring for frays, corrosion, or signs of wear that could affect performance. Additionally, maintaining the integrity of components such as the shutter grille will help prevent errors in communication. Early identification of any potential issues can save time and costs down the line by addressing them before they escalate into more complex failures. Implementing a regular maintenance schedule is a practical approach to preserving vehicle longevity. In conclusion, understanding the DTC P16E8-00 is crucial for accurate diagnosis and repair of issues related to the shutter grille's communication with the PCM in the Honda CR-V 2023 model and onwards. Following a structured, thorough troubleshooting process ensures that all potential causes are investigated systematically, avoiding unnecessary parts replacement. Regular maintenance is equally important. By routinely inspecting connections and components, vehicle owners can prevent future issues from arising. Comprehensive knowledge of DTC meanings and collaboration with the provided service manuals can enhance the repair process, leading to a more reliable and efficient vehicle. Adhering to these practices ultimately results in better vehicle performance and longevity. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.